And welcome back. Welcome to the In Conversation channel. I was going to say couch, but we're not on the couch. As I said in the last video, we're not on my couch. We're on your couch with Tom Symes. He of Red Team fame or Orange Team fame.
Yeah.
Who knows? You haven't made a mistake with your kits, have you?
I don't think so. I think it's red.
You just got lots of different reds just to make sure that everyone knows that you're red.
The only problem with that at the moment is none of my teammates have yet seen the kit because it only arrived yesterday. So there's been no opinion as to whether it's red yet.
If this was going out soon, it would be like exclusive, but it won't be. So your team will definitely see this before they see the video. How are you?
I'm really well, mate. Thank you. Really well.
This is about fifth time lucky, isn't it? We've tried to get you on the channel.
It's been bonkers. It's been Champs and I were meant to do it. The first week, something went wrong with him. The second week, I had COVID. Third week, my little one wasn't sleeping, so I came home early to help out. All manner of things. But I think we've been trying for probably about 3 months now. And finally, we're doing it.
And now we're here. I'm actually away for a couple of days after today, and I was quite keen to get something in for the channel before I went. So I'm pleased that you were around to sit down, albeit virtually. So I want to start off by acknowledging my new hair. No, not really. I want to start by acknowledging my first question. My first question to everyone is always the same, and I already know the answer to yours. And I distinctly remember asking you, what was your first week or second week, I think?
Yeah. I think I know where you're going. Yeah.
How did you come across the program, or what is it that brings you to MANvFAT? And I remember my reaction. I remember it then, and I can't wait now to hear you tell me again and tell everyone watching again. What was it, Tom, that brought you to MANvFAT?
So I didn't come across MANvFAT via normal means at all. I'd been thinking for probably 2 or 3 years of, I enjoy a bit of a kickabout of football. I'm not the best at it by any means, but I do enjoy a kickabout. But I'd been a bit reticent to try to join a normal team, a normal league, being an overweight chap and not the most fit and whatever else that, I'd struggled to fit in with all that sort of stuff. But I came across MANvFAT on BBC News, of all places. It was a really weird thing, and I know it made your day when I told you about it, because actually you were in the photo.
I was in the photo. I forgot about that bit.
No, so I was just scrolling through the BBC News app on my phone one day, went to the local South Wales news bit, and it told me that Newport had won the national competition, and I was like, MANvFAT football, what's this all about? Logged onto the website, put my application form in from there. At the time, it also said there's a waiting list. It could be a number of weeks until you get a place, and I think I applied on the Monday, and on the Wednesday I got a WhatsApp from Stan saying you're playing Friday. I was like, okay, fine, I better order a shirt fast then. And that was my wonderful green shirt for our team 2 seasons ago. Yeah, 2 seasons ago.
Well, that's another thing, isn't it? That was a wonderful green team, wasn't it?
It was.
I think you were the last recruit to that wonderful green team as well.
I think I was just after Nathan. I think I was a week or 2 after Nathan. Yeah, so I was the last recruit to that green team. Yes.
I remember you being really into that end of season push that we had. Were you around for lots of it?
I think I joined in week 7 of season 2.
So the real business end of it then.
Basically.
I remember that so fondly.
Good. It was a really good end of season, and you're right. There was a massive push to try and beat the Oranges, wasn't it? And we got that close to it.
Goal difference. If we were Bristol Rovers, we would have won that last game.
Didn't we? We did everything we could. We won all the games we could. But it had just got a bit too far away from us in the early part of the season. But we did everything we could and nearly got there with them.
Yeah, it was. It's something I think hasn't been recreated just yet. Is because we've got such an even spread of teams now. But then there were 2 teams that pushed for top spot. And I suppose you can include the Blacks in that for season 1, but certainly season 2 there were 2 teams in it from the off, and I just remember feeling this is the opportunity. I've never won a MANvFAT league, and I don't. It's not something that I like have on the bucket list because it's like, we're there for a whole different reasons other than winning shit. But when it was there, when it was close, I thought, okay, yeah, really, I would really like for us to do this. And what was actually better is doing everything that we could, and it didn't feel as much of a bitter pill to swallow, I don't think.
No, agreed. We did everything we could. That was it. There's nothing more that we could have done about it. We were relying on others to help us out to win the league, and it just didn't quite work, did it?
So what was your initial goal when you joined MANvFAT? What were you hoping to achieve?
When I joined MANvFAT, it was really simply to lose some weight and get fitter. And I didn't have a number on it at all. I didn't have a number target on it. I sort of do now, but I didn't have when I initially joined. And actually, it just worked for me to begin with. I'm sure we'll get onto it a bit later as to quite what I would do and whether I would recommend this to others. And the simple answer to that's definitely yes, by the way. But I didn't really have a number on it when I started. It was just to try and lose some weight and get fitter and tick that box. Done it.
So what's the goal now? Do you have something that you're striving towards now?
So I do. I've tweaked my goal a little bit after the last 6 weeks or so, because I think what I said originally is now unachievable, but that's fine. I'll push that into next season. So at the moment, my goal is to hit 15% weight loss by the end of current season, so season 4.
And where are you versus that? You're at 10% already, aren't you?
I've got my 10%, but I'm marginally back over that at the moment.
I see. Okay.
So I've got to get back to that and then a bit more. So yeah, I've got, I don't know, 5.5% to get off to try and get down to that 15 by the end of the season. It'll be a push. It is achievable. It's just getting my head in the game to do it properly, like I was doing at the early part of this season and last season in reality.
We've spoke about a couple of my big favorite moments in MANvFAT, but I've not really given you an opportunity to talk about yours. So do you have a moment that's like that you remember really fondly or that sticks out to you as a favorite in your time with us so far?
So I've got a couple. One of them, probably my ultimate favorite moment, is sitting in Goal Newport with yourself and Stan and a handful of others when your favorite man in the world walked in to present us with our League of the Year trophy. It was absolutely mental, wasn't it? None of us expected it. None of us really had a clue it was coming. Well, other than actually you, possibly.
Well, I knew someone was coming, but I didn't.
Some options at least, yeah. But no, it was surreal. Even when it happened, we were all sort of sat there looking around each other, going, "Is this here? Is Ian Holloway actually in the room with us?"
Some pokey room in Newport.
Yeah, it was absolutely surreal. But yeah, that's up there as my top moment in MANvFAT at the moment. My second one is Champo turning up in an orange shirt in the middle of the season. That he won moment of the season for as well.
Oh wow!
First thing that came to my head when we had to fill in that form for end of season awards. Favorite moment of the season: Champo in an orange shirt. Yeah, he's still not fond of that, is he?
Moment of the season was one I just thought, I don't think there's a place for it. Like people don't have the memory of a 14-week season. I just don't think it's an easy award to nominate for. But that was, and I've been fortunate enough to do the votes for the first 3 awards that we've had. No moment has been so far out front, so unanimous as Champo wearing an orange shirt. Because it's not even like the other boys didn't have to wear orange shirts thinking they were red, but it's just that class moment of a man that spent best part of 6 months telling everyone he didn't want to wear orange. He's just sat there wearing orange.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's moment number 2. That is definitely moment.
Thank you for bringing that back into my my peripheral. That's fantastic.
You'll love this. I know you will.
Shout out to Champo. So new team. New team,
Yeah.
MANvFAT FC.
Yes.
One of, if not the best logo in the best
Agreed.
badge in the league. Certainly, the
Agreed.
creator holds it in higher regard as some of its best work. How is that going? How's this season for you guys?
This season's going pretty well, I think. I don't think anyone will be too upset with me when I say that last season, actually, we did really, really well on the pitch, at least for the first half, 2/3 of the season. But we struggled on the scales last year. We've been significantly better on the scales this year and just about as good on the pitch in reality. I haven't managed to make a lot of the games this season. It's just May is always silly season for me with wife's birthday and other family stuff going on that I'm not there this week, for example, because this Friday is actually my wife's birthday. But yeah, it's going really, really well this season. Hopefully we'll be able to field the side to go up against the Blacks this Friday as well.
I mean, you talk about I remember the Man City outfit at the beginning, and it was a very pitch-centric, team. And that has shifted quite quickly into a scale-centric team. And you've done superb on the scales. And I love seeing you all do so well, but it's particularly Golden Glove hero Matt Palmer.
Palmer, yeah.
He's got a special place in everyone's heart, I think, as the best goalkeeper possibly ever. I think it's fair to say. I'm sure no one would disagree. I can't think of anyone. Can anyone else? Think of anyone else? No. But seeing him in that role, he's your vice captain, I believe.
He is indeed, yeah.
Just seeing the pair of you work some serious magic in Man City is something I really, really love to see. And I think if you didn't do Red Arse every week, you'd be my favourite team.
Yeah, well, having said that, like last week, only one person had to take part in it because everyone else lost weight and tracked last week.
Not too many.
So yeah, it is too many, but it's working. I was when it was mentioned at the start of season 3, I was very much like, nah, I'm not into that. That's not how this should be played. I've come round to it and it's working. I've stood on the line. I've stood there week 1 this season. Palmer's brutal when he loses weight and goes for the kick as well. And we're all waiting until Palmer ends up on the line himself. It will happen this season, I'm sure.
I'm yet to come around to it like you, but I think I think obviously there is some merit to it. You know, you can't.
There's definitely merit to it.
You can't argue with success, and it did bring the Oranges 5 out of 6 available trophies. So fair play. We'll leave Red Arse hopefully in the sea one day.
Yeah, hopefully we won't have to on that line ever. Yeah.
Tom, I really enjoyed sitting down with you. Thank you ever so much for taking the time. Could you answer my final question? And it's my final question to everybody. And it's, if we bring in, I should probably name this guy, I talk about him so much, but a fictional character who is thinking about joining MANvFAT. He's not sure. He's had a little and eyes at some Slimming World and Weight Watchers, and he's not quite sure what he wants to do. What do you say to him in terms of advice, or even, you know, just a note about MANvFAT? What would you say?
As long as he is serious about losing weight, do it. It is. I've done the rest that you've already talked about. I've tried Weight Watchers in the past. I did Slimming World for quite a while. Slimming World helped me lose quite a lot of weight before my wedding. It then just went back on and stayed on even when I was continuing with Slimming World. It's the accountability bit that I was finding really tricky. Whereas with MANvFAT and the accountability you've got for your teammates as well as for yourself, you know, knowing that you losing weight on the scales every week is helping your team win. And most of the point, gaining weight on the scales is really being to the detriment of your team. Works wonders, and that's why, you know, I'm already 10% weight loss in, was it 5-6 months now, which I'm really happy with. Yeah, I'd tell that man to definitely join the MANvFAT.
He's received so much advice at this point. You know, I'm hoping we're going to see him soon at the very least. But as I said, absolute pleasure. It's been wonderful being on that journey with you since you joined, and I think it's important to quantify the way you just did. Like, you've lost 10% of your body weight in 6
Yeah.
months, and you probably lost that a bit sooner than 6 months, right? But the fact that you can sit here 6 months on from the beginning and say I've still not got that 10% that I had before,
Yeah.
that's a real huge achievement. And I think in the day-to-day grind of weight loss, we can often get lost in why things aren't happening really, really quickly. But actually, the achievement in that is sublime.
Yeah.
You should be very proud. I'm very proud of you. And
Thanks.
I look forward to seeing you, not this Friday, but a Friday in the future.
A Friday in the future. Yeah, we'll do.
Take care, Tom. Thank you very much.
Cheers, Bill.